What's up? This is John here from JC Radio. I'm here with Cody and Alex. You know who we are. You know who these people are. And if you don't, well, that's actually most likely what it is. So.
Yeah. Go back and listen to other episodes.
Right, except for the ones that aren't good. But you will only know those episodes by going back and listening. So.
Exactly.
There you go. Talking about going back and listening to episodes, I was re-listening to our October talk today.
Okay.
For some reason, I really appreciate those, but I feel like that was like a segment we were all like about in our own like unique ways.
You're not wrong.
So I feel like I don't know, I personally had a good time recording those.
Yeah.
So
I missed my favorite one.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, we didn't determine that was going to be what we were going to talk about that day until I got here that day.
Yeah.
I was the one that suggested it too.
Oh, that's probably why we determined that.
It definitely probably was.
There's always 2020 October. So
there's only so many cryptids. Although you didn't go through all of them.
I was gonna say there's a lot of
There's
cryptids
a lot.
that hit, dude.
So many.
Yeah. It depends what exactly you're wanting to get into too. I mean, if you just go standard cryptids that are from like folklore, it's more limited. If you're talking anything from like creepypasta, dude, there are so many that people have just randomly come up with on that website.
Right.
Dude, when I figured out what creepypasta was, I thought they were actually real stories when I first started reading them. And then I was like, there's no way. Then I researched what they were, and I was like, I'm an idiot.
I forgot what creepypasta was till like just now.
Yeah.
That tells you anything. So, but yeah, no, I just enjoyed it. Well, I was bored at work, so that's why. I was like,
fair enough. Dude.
I was like, I'm caught up on our podcast. I'm caught up on Nobody Listens to Paula Poundstone. I'm caught up on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. And I could have started the Nuclear Blast Con podcast, but like it's like 2 or 3 years old, and like it stops like 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I'm like, if they came out with new content, I'd go to like
start
like a year
listening
ago.
again.
Yeah, and I start listening to it, but like, so I'm like, I'm not listening to that. So I was like, well, October Talk, I guess, is what I'm going to listen to.
Fair enough, dude. I don't know. I just turn on music because I can't. I don't know. Podcast would just bore me at work. Granted, it depends what you're doing too.
Yeah.
Just going in and cleaning, yeah, I'd get too bored with a podcast.
Oh,
I gotta somehow entertain myself.
I guess my thing is like, because like I like working alone, right? And even when I'm working with other people, like if they're on one side of the building, I'm on the other. So unless I need their help, but like sometimes it's just too quiet, and like music just doesn't do that for me. So I put on podcasts so it sounds like there's other people talking, you know. And then I could still be, if somebody says interesting, I'll be like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Or other than like listening to like music and being like, this freaking melts my face. And like, it just doesn't seem right, especially if somebody were to walk in on that. So,
yeah. It depends what you listen to, though.
It's all about my mood.
That's also a fair point.
Yeah.
As much as I support Scott and Navarra, I gotta be in the right mood to listen to that, dude. It's just... I'm not big into the like black and death metal scenes.
No, yeah, that's understandable.
That stuff, I'm just not always in the mood for like super heavy stuff, and I'm like, nope, not today.
Yeah. Well, I'm not big in like death or black metal, merely because I'm religious. But I do listen to Navarra, but that's because their music's different than traditional black or death metal.
Yeah.
And, like, that's what I like about it. It's actually very melodic. It's very, like, Conjure the Storm, like, everyone I talk to that I'm like, hey, listen to this, they think it's a Celtic song, like a Celtic metal, just based off of the intro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could totally see that. And, like, it's because of stuff like that is why I'm like, I'm okay with Navarra. But, like, I tried to listen to Thy Antichrist, and there's one song I like, but again, it's not a traditional song, so the rest I don't listen to.
We listened a little bit on the way to one of our DJ gigs, and dude, it wasn't even like what they were talking about I couldn't get to. I just didn't like the dude's voice. It was weird.
It was like high, screechy, and screamy.
Yeah, I don't really know how to describe it. It was weird.
It takes talent. I've tried to mimic it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I coughed a lot. I was like,
hands down imagine it takes talent, but it was weird.
Alex, how's your week been?
All right.
Yeah. Cody, how's your week been?
Well, act is okay. I mean, I've got some stories I could tell from work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, it's not Friday yet.
No.
But let's pretend it's Friday. So, how's your week been, Alex?
Fine.
Okay. Well, at least you're hoping it gets better by Friday.
You know it.
Hey, Cody, how's your week been?
Pretty good.
Oh, just brag about it, why don't you? Well, what happened at work?
Well, biggest thing, and this isn't really part of the story I think I've told you about it. I know I've told Alex about it. About how I was waiting for the boss man to tell me if I was getting that promotion or not.
I know nothing about this.
I probably meant to talk about it. About a month and a half or so ago now, close to Christmas time, whenever I was at work one day, I was talking to Cody, and he started giving me, like, access to things that, at my position I'm currently at, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to be doing this. And I told him, I'm like, am I supposed to be allowed to do all this stuff, dude? He's like, sit down real quick. So I sat down. He's like, here's what's going on. He's like, I don't know what your plan is, but he's like, right now, he's like, and I've got to talk to some people, but he's like, I'm looking at trying to get you to be my full-time assistant manager.
That's awesome.
And this week, on Monday, I found out that we're pretty much moving forward with that plan.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, so you're going to get like a promotion.
Yeah, once everything goes through, obviously we still have to get me trained up, kind of transition the part-time assistant out, which is the main person he had to talk to about everything to see what his plan was. And we've got everything worked out. But yeah, eventually I'll be on salary, so I don't have to worry about, how many hours did I get. Like, I'll be scheduled 40 hours a week. I'm getting a salary pay and benefits and everything.
Must be nice.
It will be.
Yeah.
It's not right now.
Must be nice in the future, huh?
Yeah.
Must be nice to have something to look forward to.
It kind of is right now.
Oh, man. Look at that. Yeah.
But you're talking about how you like to have like a podcast or something so you hear, like, it sounds like someone's in the room. And I was talking to Cody the other day, and he's like, we both got to the conclusion where we're like, no one's scared of being alone. You're scared that you're not alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Saturday, I was at work cleaning overnight like I do, and Strap just finished up with the guy's bathroom, and I see, like, this is after everything had closed. Like, I was the only person in there. Cody closed everything down for the night, and I see the door to the women's bathroom closing, and I was like, who the F is in here? So I was like, did we miss a car with somebody in Star Wars? And I look out there, there's a car out there. I'm like, so I'm about to text Cody, and then I see him come out of the bathroom. It's one of our shift leaders.
Oh,
just came in from being at a party, so they were drunk.
Okay.
But yeah, they're like, I said, hey, I was like, yeah, I couldn't hear you. I had my headphones in, so I was like, I heard absolutely nothing, and you scared the absolute shit out of me.
I would have just died right there.
Wait, if they were at a party, why did they show back up at the movie theater?
Because they got word that cops were showing up, so they hopped in their car, left, and went to the theater because they had to use the bathroom, and then grab a cup of water because they were drunk.
How old were they?
Clearly not
Freshmen
old
in
enough.
College.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know,
it was interesting.
You know how old we are, Alex? I don't know about you, but for me, I can't remember the last time somebody mentioned that they were scared that cops were going to show up at a party.
Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah, mine's been about 15 years.
Yeah, mine's felt like it's been 15 years. Especially since I throw parties, but I don't throw anything like, I guess, like risky, quote unquote. But like, yeah, it's been like forever since I've been to a party. They're just like, those cops. It's just, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not getting in trouble. You guys are though. Yeah.
Same night though, different story from work. Same night though.
It was a ghost.
No. I've already said on here, clean up after yourselves. And I've talked to you both about how awful the Jumanji crowd is. Last Saturday takes the cake. And I'm not even talking like how bad it was. It was the fact, it was what I had to clean up.
Oh.
Was it sex stuff?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, straight up.
I was joking.
Nope. Straight up. Get to the back row of Screen 3 in the Fulton Theater, and there's a used condom sitting there.
Oh! What movie was it?
Jumanji.
Oh.
Wait, who gets turned on in Jumanji?
I'm
Danny
pretty sure they
DeVito's
weren't
in it.
turned on. I'm pretty sure they just did it because they could.
Did they do it, or was it just a lonely guy?
Okay, that I don't actually
didn't want
know.
to pick up his mess, or
I mean, no idea, but nonetheless.
how do you do it in a movie theater?
People have done it.
It's
for
not
a
really
long
not that
time
hard.
now.
Is it not that hard?
You just have to hope there's nobody in there or that you're really quiet.
And that the armrests move up in the Fulton movie theater, so it's like.
Why are you saying this from experience, Alex?
Was this
No.
your condom, Alex?
Was it yours?
I am almost 30, married, and done having kids. I don't need those no more.
Yeah, I'm just.
Okay.
Oh well, yeah, okay. Yeah, but maybe. Yeah, I can't think of a reason why you would have a condom.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that took the cake. Though it made up for it finding $40 later.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess that works.
Yeah.
So let me get this
The
straight.
stripper.
You got paid to clean up after.
Basically.
Well, the hooker probably dropped it on her way out. So
Oh, sure.
look, it's Fulton. I know people are like, "How do you know it was a hooker?" It's Fulton. Go to Fulton, Missouri. Do you want to know what Fulton, Missouri looks like? Picture somebody on meth. That's
Certain parts of Fulton, yeah.
name one part that's not like that.
I mean, if you go down the main strip of Fulton, it's not too bad.
William Woods University.
William Woods, Westminster, both are pretty nice.
Well, no, because that's where they,
No, not the Westminster.
that's where they get the
Westminster
meth.
Road is terrible.
You get out of Westminster, and it's bad. If you're in Westminster,
Okay.
Westminster is pretty nice looking.
Well, Court Street's nice looking, but I'm talking about the people.
I live
It
off of
depends where
Court
you're
Street.
at.
I live
Depends
off of
what
Court
you're
Street, and literally people walk around all the time trying to steal crap from houses. That's why
Yeah.
all of us have security systems.
Yeah, it looks nice. Like Court Street's nice, and they got like all the nice diners and everything there. But like the people, my friend's mom used to. Your dad is walking in shirtless.
Okay.
Why does your dad look better than you shirtless?
I don't know.
He just flexed.
Yes!
That's right. That's what you're gonna look like in the future. So look forward to it.
I hope I'm not bald. And
Yeah.
yes, that's what I'm concerned with.
That's okay. I'm concerned about a lot of things when I get old. Hair's not one of them.
I mean, it's not the most concerning, but if you're just saying I'm going to look like that, then hair is the most concerning.
All right, well. Anyways, no, yeah, the people in Fulton look like meth. So,
Again, some of the people, yeah.
yeah, I mean, like everyone that's,
It depends what time of day you're out.
well, I can only think of like 5 people that don't, and like you're one of the 5.
I mean, if you're out during the day, most of the people you see are probably going to be okay. If you're out after like 8 o'clock, a lot of them probably look like they're on meth.
Right. Well, also depends where you work too. Like I was at Radio Shack, and like it was like every like third meth looking person that walked in, we knew we'd at least get one normal person in. So
You know how outdated that sentence sounds?
very. I worked for Radio Shack for 3 years. Good stuff.
Yeah.
But speaking of flat tires, I have a story for you. For both of you.
You had a flat tire story. I don't know what this is going to involve.
So I just remembered Alex's comment on my post. So
Which post?
on Facebook about my flat tire. So remember, Alex, when like I was talking about my flat tire, how like my back driver's side tire goes flat all the time, and I always gotta like refill it.
Yeah, and I told you need to get a new tire.
Yeah, well, I know I have a repair kit. It was on my list. So we got like hella snow last Friday, right? And yeah, we did. And so I'm driving, and I do have a tire repair kit, by the way. It's just on my list of things. It's not that bad of a leak. I have to fill it up like every like 2 weeks.
Clearly you
list of
missed.
things you
Clearly you missed that.
Well, I missed the mark on checking. So I'm driving. I'm like, this feels weird, but I'm like, well, I got crap tires in the first place, and I'm driving on ice, and it's like that powder snow. So like everything to mask a flat tire, basically, like it did. But then like it was like when I was slowing down, and I was like, something doesn't seem right. And I get on the main road, and I'm like, oh no. And like I get to a stoplight, I look out, and my tire was like flatter than flat. And I'm like, okay, well I got a portable like air compressor.
Mm-hmm.
So I stop by Landmark Bank there on Chapel Hill and Scott Boulevard.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I have a picture of it, but I look at my tire, and
you had a hole through it, didn't you?
No, the tire was like half of it was sticking off of the rim.
So you about drove off.
So I about drove off of it, and I was like, oh no. And at this point I'm like, please have there be a spare tire. So I finally find everything for the spare. It's like, I'm not going to say what time, again, because for some reason I'm not comfortable saying when I go to work. But it was a 30, right?
Yeah.
No. It wasn't. It was a 30 when I saw, because I left early. It was a 30 when I parked and started the process of changing my tire, right?
Okay.
So I get everything, change the tire. It's snowing like a mother. You know, it's all good though. And I jack it up, change out the tire, you know. And my spare wasn't like a normal donut. Like the spare looked like a legit tire.
Like an actual
Like
spare.
an actual spare.
It was like an actual spare. It was like really cool. Never experienced that before, so I cherished that moment. I lowered down the car, and I realized that the spare tire is flat.
Yeah, that tends to happen a lot.
So that's never happened to me, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
A lot of times you're like, spares or the donut or whatever you've got is because you don't ever check them and you don't need them that often. A lot of times they just go flat because, well, they don't do anything.
Yeah, no, I've never had a donut or anything be flat.
I've never had a donut be flat, but with my spare, like my Jeep spare was always a tire. I've had those go flat.
Yeah, no, I've never had any of those go flat. So this was all new to me. And so I was like, gosh darn it. By this time, it was like a 45, you know.
So about 15 minutes.
Yeah, about 15 minutes went by. I promised I could change tire faster. I was just taking my time, you know.
To be fair, you're in the cold and the snow,
Yeah.
so 15 minutes honestly isn't that bad.
Oh, and I had your brick from your futon that says gold on it, which I had just realized then. Gold brick.
Yeah.
But anyways, I put that behind my tire. That's important for later in the story. So this whole time I'm like sending Snapchats to like my family, and I was like, you know, my dad's like works for Subaru, and I was like, the second he sees that I'm flat tire, he's going to call me. So he calls me and he's like, hey, when you're done, bring the tire over and we could just fix the tire for you, air it up and slap it on and call it a day. I'm like, okay, well, let's see what happens. So I hook up my portable air compressor to it. It's got a digital PSI reading on it, and it said it was like 0.7 PSI in there.
Yep.
And it had
better than the other one.
Right? And the and the tire had to be at 144. Yeah, I thought that was weird too.
That's really high PSI.
Yeah.
Dude.
Why did your...
I don't know. I read it like 50 times to make sure I read it right. It was like
supposed to be 44, and there was just
no,
a one.
No, it was 144. I looked at everything.
Oh wow!
So,
I've never heard of a tire being that high.
Ridiculous. I'm surprised that thing didn't.
Oh no, it was
explode.
44. Sorry.
Okay. I was like,
sorry.
144.
That inner tube's popping.
I am so tired right now. I was like, yeah, it's 144.
44 is kind of up there, but it's not.
Still,
44 is a truck tire.
Yeah, exactly. Which is another reason why I thought that was. See, that's why I thought it was like 144. And you guys were like, no, because I was thinking 44. I was like, it's a little high. So I do a 40. Here's the thing. It's a little mini compressor hooked up to my cigarette lighter. That thing takes forever to.
Oh yeah, dude, those things are slow.
So I'm like, and I call my boss and I leave him a message because he didn't pick up, and I texted him. Right, that's also important for later in the story.
Okay.
And so I'm waiting there. I'm Snapchatting. I'm making funny videos. I have it on my camera there. I got some pretty good shots of the snow. 9:10, no, like 9:15 later. So okay, so it was like 9 o'clock, I get done. All right.
Okay.
It's like 9 o'clock. I'll say it, fine. It was like 9 o'clock, I got done. I've been doing this for like a long flipping time now, right? And because I'm waiting for this stupid air to fill up. So I call my dad, and my dad's like, look, just head over to Subaru, and we'll do this and that. I was like, Dad, you don't understand. It's already 9 o'clock. If I go to Subaru,
I'll be there till like 11.
I'm like, first of all, it's going to take me like maybe a half hour to get to the other side of town because people don't know how to drive in the snow. Yeah, and I was like, even if it's like 10 o'clock when I leave, there was no reason for me to go to work after 10 o'clock because I had to be there at 8, right? And so he's like, do it on your way to work. I was like, Dad, I take rights to go to work. I need to take a left to go to you. So here's the thing. I pull out, and for some reason the car's like not going. And I'm like, that's weird. I was like, maybe it's slipping on some ice. So
oh my God.
I really give it some gas.
Just take off on you.
And I go, thump, thump. I forgot about the brake.
Did you pop the spare? Please tell me you popped the spare. God.
No, I checked my tires though, but I'm like, what was that? And I start to drive. I go, oh! And I get out and run over, grab the brake, come back. So I'm going. I get to work like an hour and a half late, right? And what stupid is that? My one coworker was like, I was just about to call you, make sure you weren't in a ditch. And I'm like, I'm an hour and a half late, man. Like,
if you're gonna call, you should have done it like
here's the worst part. 5 minutes of me getting into work and getting everything together so I can start getting rid of the snow. My boss calls me, hey, I just got your message. Do you need a ride? And I was like, what the heck, guys?
Nope. Already here. Don't talk to me.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, I'm already here. He's like, you good? I was like, I will talk to you later. I was like, son of a gun.
Don't even want to right now.
I'm like, guys, it's like snowy as balls, and I'm an hour and a half late, and you're just like, well, we'll give it another hour. If he's not here, he's dead. So, and I told my boss, I was like, you know, I almost didn't come in because of the whole tire thing. He's like, oh, you should have just done that. And I'm like, I'm gonna hit you. So during lunch, I jumped to my dad.
Okay.
We dropped the car off at Subaru. My dad and I go to lunch.
Okay.
Now I'm thinking to myself, because they got to put 4 new tires on at that point. Because
new tires.
Yeah, the one tire is gone, and the other ones were like pretty much bald, man. So I was like, yeah, we gotta get new tires anyway. So yeah, well, family discount. So
well, that's always a plus.
Yeah. So I was like, well, it's going to take a while for them to put the 4 tires on. Yeah. I was like, and we were just now getting done with lunch, and they're just now starting that. So I'm like, there's no point for me to go back to work. We're probably not going to do anything anyways, right? So I call my wife, and I talk to my dad, and for some reason, the conclusion was I'm going to work. So I get to work, and the second I get to work, I look at my dad, and I go, I bet you the second I go in there, they're going to tell me to go home.
Yep.
I go up there. So my dad drives away. I go in there. They're like, hey, we just need to do this, and then we could go home. So I'm sitting there for.
Get back at?
Well, I'm sitting.
How long did it take for you to get back after getting everything fixed?
What do you mean get back?
Well, you said you had them fix the tires while you were at lunch. Or they have it done by the time you were done with lunch anyway.
No, he just said that
no.
When they were talking, they just started putting
tires
on.
When I was talking to them about whether or not I should go back or not was when they just started doing the tires. So at the end of my lunch.
And how long did it take them to do the tires?
Like an hour and a half.
But he's already at work.
But I'm already at work.
Oh, you're already at work.
I'm at work.
Started your tires.
Yeah, I'm at work.
Got it.
So I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to be the only one working today. So I'm on my phone, and my boss comes in, and he's like, you need a ride? I'm like, no, they're going to send the bus at 5 o'clock, and then I'll just, or the van, and I'll just get Subaru. And he's like, so what are you going to do? I was like, well, I'm going to
keep working.
I'm going to work. Like,
what do you mean working? I'm at work. I'm going to work.
He's like, well, everyone else left, so I'll just take you. And I'm like,
I'm good.
Okay. You're like, oh,
wait, why is he pushing you out?
I don't know. This whole day was weird. Because I was like, no, like I was like, I got like personal work I need to do, like my own personal assignments, and too, like, I'm like, I might as well just get a head start for Monday, you know? Yeah. Like, I was completely cool with it, and he's like, no, everyone
make up the time that I missed getting here.
Exactly, right? And because I only worked for like 3 hours on Friday.
Yeah, but it sounds like the guys before you got to work weren't doing anything.
Yeah, like, well, no, they were doing stuff. That's why my boss never answered the phone, because they were all out doing stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So but I'm like, no, like I was like, it's completely fine. Like I'll just work. And he's like, no, that's nonsense. Let me take you to Subaru. And I'm like,
so what? You just sit at Subaru?
whatever. Yes, I just sat at Subaru for like an hour, and they're like, okay, you're done.
Wait, it took an hour to put on 4 new tires.
Probably had a lot of other stuff.
They had a lot of other stuff to do, and they were being slow that day, and like because my dad's a service manager, and like they knew it was me, and I even told him, I was like, just take your time, because I was expecting to be at work all day. So
it's like, yeah, by the way, I'm not at work all day. Can you hurry that up now?
No, exactly. I show up and they're just like, I show up and my dad's coworker goes, aren't we supposed to pick you up in the van? And the driver's there. He's like, what happened? I just went, today got weird.
My boss said I couldn't work. I don't know why.
And then my dad shows up. He's like, what are you doing here? I was like, it got weird, okay?
When the boss says you're not allowed to stay at work,
that's what I find so weird. Why is he trying to push you
I don't know.
out?
I mean, like, it was Friday, and like he lives on property, so he was already at his house, you know.
And everybody else was
watch
gone,
TV, and
so
everyone else was gone.
Like, well, I don't want to make you be the only one
basically.
here.
Like he was basically like, you know, it's unfair.
Trying to be polite, but at the same time being kind of pushy about it.
Yeah, at the same time, I was like, look, it's like really okay. Like here's the thing. The second I got that flat tire, I was like, I just shouldn't go to work today. The second I was changing it, I was like, there's literally no point. I know we're going to do nothing but clear up snow and then call it a day. And then when I was driving, I was like, I should just go to my dad. Just go do it now. And I was like, no, I'm obligated. I got to go to work. I got to do that. And then like,
I say I would have had any different of a mindset.
Yeah. And then I get to work and they're just like, what the flip are you doing here?
If he hadn't taken you the Subaru on his own, then it probably would have been worth going in at that point.
No, definitely, yeah. But
the fact that you were there for 3 hours in the end, definitely wasn't even
worth it. Was like 3.7 hours or something like that. I don't know.
Either way,
it was
pretty much wasn't worth it.
It was bogus. And then I get on Facebook, I was like, oh, it's worse than a flat tire, having your spare be flat. And Alex was like, didn't we talk about your flat tire?
I said, we already talked about this.
So
yeah.
Better than the other nonsense you put on Facebook.
What other nonsense do I put on Facebook?
What do you think he's talking about?
I am.
What do you think he's
that's in 2 days from when this comes out.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl. I would like to good little PSA announcement right now. I am going to take that electronic social media free challenge for the next week. If the Chiefs win,
I'll go Liam Neeson on your ass. I will find you.
How are we going to figure out when we're recording this?
Oh, I'll just take a day. I'll take a personal day. On the final episode of this season, will be a personal day. I have a list of people I know are going to give me the worst crap ever. I got you. I got Alex. I got your mom.
Justin.
I have Justin. I have
Binky.
Scott. I have Binky.
Anybody at work?
Everyone at work.
Oh, everyone. I don't think I have anyone at work.
Well, no, I don't see at work. I don't usually talk about like literally anything personal about me because they don't need to know. So they're just like, who do you think's gonna win the Super Bowl? I was like, oh, whichever team scores the most at the end. So, hey, John Madden said it. So if he said it, it's a fair answer.
Yeah, that is such a Booger McFarlane answer.
Though to be fair, it's also a Joe Montana answer too.
He's the only one that can say that at this point in time, though.
Yeah.
His was a little different. They asked Montana which team would win, and he played for both in his career, and he said, I guarantee my team wins.
There you go. But
little, political answer there.
If the tell you what, because I lost the polls, right?
Yeah.
Tell you what, if
we're gonna deck you out in Chiefs gear if they win.
I was thinking of something worse.
Oh.
I was thinking if they win, I go to the parade, but in my Broncos.
That's a death sentence.
I'm from the East Coast. I think
they
I'm
wouldn't
fine.
actually kill you. Kansas City's too nice for that. At the parades and stuff, you get the good
Okay, I was
people
about to be
out
like,
there.
you're not 100% wrong there. Okay.
The parades
So
bring
they
out
do
the-
have a street called Murderers Row.
Yeah, but the parades bring out the people that are like actually halfway decent human beings.
I will, if the Chiefs win, I will go to the parade in my Broncos jacket.
And a sign that says, I'm a Broncos fan and I lost a lot of bets.
I was just going to have a sign that said I lost a bet across my chest.
I think they'd get the Broncos fan
So,
just from the jacket.
well, so like if you don't know, like Scott Ames, he's a huge like Kansas City fan.
Oh yeah.
Like huge. Like we get in arguments all the time. I remember the last time I had lunch with him, I was like, hey, don't worry, I'll pay. And I show him my debit card, and it's a Broncos debit card. And he's like, I don't accept money from Broncos fans. And took out his card and paid for his lunch.
Was it a Chiefs card?
I don't know. I didn't see his card.
I don't think you can get a Chiefs card around here.
I don't know if he can.
That's weird.
You get Broncos one from U.S. Bank.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, it depends what bank you're through, probably.
I just think it's funny because I was being serious. I was like, I'll pay for your lunch, no problem. And he was just like, I don't accept your charity. And then just swipes it.
I don't know. I think we should make you dress as a Black Hole member.
A what?
Raiders fan.
Oh.
That's
no.
worse than being a Broncos
Is it,
fan.
though?
I wouldn't say so.
I
Or a
don't know.
Chargers fan.
I've
I
got
think
some...
right now the Broncos are probably worse just because they recently won a Super Bowl, whereas the Chargers and the Raiders haven't.
I've got some pretty
Yeah,
bad...
but the Raiders out of our division are the worst of the worst in fan bases, in my opinion.
I've got some pretty bad
Depends
flack
on-
from random people from seeing my debit card when I pay for things.
Yeah.
So...
I don't know. Honestly, anybody in a division is always bad.
To be honest, I don't know who will win the Super Bowl. I think the Chiefs will, to be absolutely honest. But
I hope everyone picks the 49ers. If that makes any sense.
Like, analyst-wise?
Yes.
Why? Have they been wrong a lot this year?
No, I don't like it when everyone picks my team to win because I'm like, ooh, bad vibes.
What if they split it? Even split.
See, I don't know if I like that either.
Feel
It's
like
better
we-
than everyone picking it. I will say that.
Whatever Mike Tirico says, I'm gonna go with. Actually, I don't know.
oh, they already did the Madden predictions. I don't know
Did
who won though. I just thought they did that.
I don't know. Earlier this year, Mike Tirico had been picking like opposite a lot of the other guys on Sunday night, and he'd pick right. I don't know how he actually ended up doing because I missed a lot of the Sunday night games from work. But either way,
I don't know. I just hope they all go with the 49ers.
49ers are good.
they are.
You
If
know,
it was
Yeah.
anybody in the AFC but the Chiefs right now, I'd probably root for the Niners. But because it's the Chiefs, I can't root for the Niners because, well, it's the Chiefs. And I
I
kind
don't
of
know.
have to root for them or else I'll get stabbed.
My opinion is it's 50 years, so it's Missouri's time because we have a thing about 50 years.
I saw a thing the other day. The Royals went 30 years between winning the World Series. It's been 50 years since the Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl. 50 minus 30 is 20. It's 2020.
That's pretty good. I was more thinking it took the Blues 50 years to win one, so...
It was over 50 years. I think it had been more than 50 since we had last went, let alone won it because we hadn't won it. I think it was going on 60 for winning it even.
Was it?
Yeah. It was over 50 since the last time we'd even been. I think it was like 52 or 3 since the last one we made it to.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I
don't know. Everyone's
time to
hyping
kill
up
it.
Pat Mahomes so much right now. I'm like, oh, God, don't do anything dumb.
watch him slip
Honestly,
on.
I know.
Watch
That's why
him
I'm so
slip on
scared.
ice and, like,
I'm
break his
so scared. I'm
leg.
like, oh,
Miami.
God.
What? Oh yeah, they would be in Miami by
They,
now.
they already
They are.
Yeah.
They landed on
They're-
Monday.
Yeah.
Was it Monday?
Watch. Okay, not ice. Watch them. Watch them like they're like having a good time swimming in the ocean.
Get
Just
a
a
major
just like
sunburn.
a random shark just not even bites him, just slaps him in the jaw.
You saw? Did you see where that dude got not fired? He got suspended from his broadcasting job in L.A. Or no,
What for?
he was in California. I'll put it that way. He said the only way the 49ers were going to win is if they break Pat Mahomes' leg.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
You got
worthy
it.
of suspending a dude from his job. I mean, He wasn't trying to say, like, do it. He was just saying, the dude's really good.
Nope, do it. Break his
It's
leg.
going to be hard to beat him.
Here you go.
I think it was more they suspended for like being a bad sport.
Here you go.
Like, it's not good sportsmanship.
49ers first play on defense, right? All right, it's either they're going to huddle up or be like, okay, all right, guys, here's the plan. Break Mahomes' arm. Break! Just, that's it.
Did you see?
Break his arm.
Did you see the meme that basically it has Patrick Mahomes and it's like the Madden curse took a reverse, and then it showed Antonio Brown, and it was like because this guy has done way worse.
You're not wrong, dude.
So like basically, essentially, it was trying to say that skip Pat because he's still got it.
I don't know.
Maybe it skipped him because it hit rock bottom, and it's like, well, I gotta help somebody.
Has Andy Reid won a Super Bowl yet?
No, he took the Eagles with McNabb.
I remember that. That was a good year.
04?
Something like that.
04 or 05, yeah.
I know your mom won't root for Andy Reid because of that reason.
It was the first time the Patriots won.
There's a lot of reasons why my mom won't root for
Part
Andy
of it
Reid.
is because she's like, he chokes in the big games. I'm like, it's not his fault. McNabb sucked butt.
Yeah, I don't get. I mean, like, I don't like. We could talk about McNabb forever. At least I can.
Just that game alone, I'm like, he couldn't help his quarterback suck butt in that game. There's only so much
He
a
could have
coach
switched
can
him out.
do.
For who?
Their backup.
Who was the backup?
They had a backup.
Yeah, but who was it?
I can't.
Is my point.
I can't remember. I remember though.
It wasn't Mike Vick because he hadn't made it there yet.
I remember at the time I knew because
Pretty
I
sure
was
he was
like,
in jail.
bring him out.
Yeah, but the Eagles fans are always quick to say that.
Well, were we wrong?
I don't know.
No, we weren't. He threw at the ground like all the time throughout that game.
Who was your backup that year?
So I got a story about Parrot if you want to hear that now or not.
I want to hear this backup quarterback first because it's gonna bug me if I don't.
Mike McMowen.
There we go.
Yeah,
I thought you were
yeah.
gonna say Mike Vick, and I was like, wasn't he in jail?
Yeah, Mike McMowen.
He would have done way better.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
No, because Mike never just threw at the ground when he's just like, he was one of those guys that would be like, I got you, like point, and then like
Throw the opposite
throw
way.
the opposite way. My dad's like, I see you.
I do give you this. He may have thrown at the ground a lot. It didn't make much sense because he had TO. So like, why not just throw it up and kind of hope for it? But anyway, you gonna tell that Parrot story? Or we just gonna end it on shooting
Parrot
McNabb
story.
story?
What's Parrot's story?
You said you had a Parrot story, so now I want to hear this Parrot story.
This better be epic.
Define epic. It's funny.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, so I can't say where this happened. So somebody that I will say no has a parrot as their emotional support animal that they said they saved from St. Louis, which is how they became in possession of
So they
it.
stole it.
So they stole a parrot.
I don't know.
They stole a parrot.
So
You don't just save a parrot.
Yeah,
It's not like parrots are just out in St. Louis hurt. Like they straight up took
or in shelters. Who gives away a parrot like that?
I never thought about them stealing.
I'm pretty confident this person straight up stole a parrot.
I know someone that stole a parrot.
I can't confirm it, but it ain't looking good.
Well, they call it their emotional support animal, so they're obviously crazy.
I mean, not necessarily. If you actually have it registered, I'll give it to you.
They're not gonna. The state's not gonna let you register a parrot as an emotional support animal.
You can register. You could train a parrot.
It's not
Basically
true.
anything.
No.
See, I didn't. Obviously not. But like you.
Wait,
could
it's not
train a
registered?
parrot.
I don't
Is it registered or not registered as emotional support?
I
animal?
don't think so. They just said that.
Oh, this bitch is stolen.
They just, they just said they got it in February of last year.
Dude, type in CaseNet. See, there's a stolen parrot.
The zoo. We get on the zoo's Facebook page. Anybody see Pete?
Wait, isn't that the parrot in Dumb and Dumber?
I don't know. He has been missing since February 2019. I don't know what to do if I saw that. I'd be like, oh, I know where it is.
Ooh.
Okay, so this kind of makes it better. So I thought this person had a leash for the thing because I saw it. I saw it once on a leash. So one day, this person's got their stick because it's on a stick, and I guess the stick is like its leash. I don't know. And the parrot. So they're outside going to the car to go to school,
away.
and the parrot flies away.
Does it come back?
Well, it flies to the tree closest to them, and this person starts freaking out. So this person's on the ground waving the stick in the air, which the stick's like the size of my arm. And so they're waving the stick like, come on down. Yeah, but he's like, and I'm like, the parrot's not going down. Like, it willingly flew up there. And they're just like, they're like, well, get a ladder. So I get a ladder and a broomstick, and the closer we get to it, the more it keeps climbing up the tree. It's like, no.
Nah, bro.
And so it gets to a point where it's like extended ladder, reach out as far as you can, and this thing like flies higher. And so like their person's like, no, come on down. And I'm like, Pete. So they get on the phone and they call 911. And they say my parrot's stuck in a tree.
You're fucking with me.
I'm not. They keep saying the parrot's stuck in a tree. And I'm like, I wasn't there for the beginning. So I go, wait, how'd the parrot get up there? And they said it flew. And I was like, it's not stuck. I'm like, it's not stuck in the tree. And I was like, well, wasn't it on this branch? And he goes, yeah, it flew higher. I was like, the parrot's not stuck. It wants to go home. You stole it. It's looking for which way's east. And it's windy. And so this person's on the phone like, please hurry up. It's windy. I'm scared the parrot's going to fall out of the tree. And I was like, how did it get up there with wings if that parrot falls out of the tree?
Well, hold on. I can answer that part. A bird, so like if wings are clipped, it does have a little bit of like push.
It's not clipped. It flew up the tree. It flew.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
flew to the tree and then further up the tree.
Here's the thing, and I'm like, look, if that parrot falls with working wings, falls out of the tree and smacks the ground, that parrot deserves to fall out of the tree and smack. And I'm a horrible person because the whole time I'm going, please fly. I'm like, please. In my head, I'm like, you're free. Please, just go.
Please tell me they don't get it back. But I'm guessing that's not
the
how this
fire
ends.
department showed up.
It's even better. Why did they actually send them?
What the hell are they gonna do?
Throw a net around the tree?
It was like on like some like it was like muddy and windy, so they couldn't get to where it was because it was in like grass and everything. They were scared it was gonna sink, so they had to like be in like
to use the
they
actual
used like
ladder.
the extended the ladder. And this one guy, I had to walk away. I couldn't. I was like about to start laughing. I had to walk away because the guy started climbing the ladder. And in my head, I was like, if there's a time for this bird to fly away, it's when he's about to grab it, and that sucker.
It's like 2 inches from the
gone.
bird, and he just.
but no, they got the parrot down.
Oh, that's a pretty good story.
I got a picture of the parrot in the tree too. I was like, click, I need to leave. But
please tell me a firefighter's like, did you call this in?
No, I don't know what happened. The second the fire department showed up, I was like, I'm about to bust up laughing. But yeah, just the whole time they're just like, I'm scared it's gonna fall. I'm like, if that sucker goes stiff and falls, it's dead.
Oh, yeah, time out. Before I make fun of this anymore, how old is this person? Like, is it elderly?
No, college student.
It's a college student?
College student!
Oh my god.
And they bring this parrot to class every day.
If I was a teacher, I would get that thing out of here.
Oh my gosh.
That's a pretty solid note to end on.
So, I love it.
Yeah.
Does it talk?
Yeah, it says hi or a hello. It's a cool parrot because I can't say where I was or anything like that, but I was passing this person and I stopped because I was trying to comprehend the fact if I saw a parrot or not in the middle of summer, and I was like, was that a parrot? So I went back and it was a parrot. And they have a bumper sticker that says like "I heart parrots" or something like that.
Oh,
so I haven't seen the parrot since that incident.
it finally got freedom.
Maybe it's free. Maybe it's under house arrest.
Freedom.
Maybe they just don't take it out anymore. I don't know. But I was like, "Where's your leash?" I just love how it's just like. It was every time we went to go grab it, it was like, I don't want to go. So
No, I don't want it.
All right. Anything else?
I think that's a good spot to end that.
Good, Alex. Do you have anything?
No, I can't top that.
All right. Well, this is JC Radio. We're signing out.
Peace.